Hello friends! In this story, a robot learns that sometimes being heard doesn't always mean being loud. Once upon a time, deep within the digital heart of Learning Town, there lived a yellow robot named Robo Max. And every morning he would yell, "Good morning, Learning Town." Robo Max is charged, turbo-tuned, and ready to roar. And he would crash into things while doing it. One day, while getting ready, he crashed into a cereal box. "Let's make noise. Let's zoom. Let's wait. Where's my breakfast bowl cereal?" Then he heard his buddy Luna calling from off-screen. "Robo Max, you're yelling again." Yelling was just the way Robo Max showed he cared. It's how he said hello to friends and goodbye to foes. If he wanted to play tag, he'd yell, "Ready or not, here I come," even though everybody was always ready. He thought being loud made him strong. It was his superpower. Yell so your friends can hear ya. Yell so your dreams can cheer ya. When you yell, you can do anything. Just yell real loud and face your fears. That's what his mom had told him when he was little. But these days, his big booming voice was getting a little annoying. His classmates often complained about it. But today was different. Today was noise day at school, so Robo Max got to use his loud voice as much as he wanted. When he saw his teacher, Coach Bob, he yelled, "Hey Coach, ready for some noise?" Coach Bob, a friendly blue robot with a whistle around his neck. "All right, bots and buddies, today is noise day. Let's make the loudest cheer ever." All the students cheered, "Woohoo!" except for Trixie. She was a bird bot with a broken wing who preferred quiet. "Shh, can everyone be a little quieter? Some of us are trying to read." The other bots stopped making noise and looked at her. They all felt bad for making Trixie feel left out. So they asked their teacher, "What else can we do that won't disturb her?" Coach Bob, "Well, we could write her a poem or draw her a picture. Or better yet, we could make her a card and put our handprints on it." Everyone liked this idea, so they went to work. Robo Max was so excited to participate. He wanted to show everyone just how much he cared about Trixie. He wanted to make her the best get-well card ever, and he knew just how to do it. He dipped his hand in paint and slammed it onto the card. Woohoo! As hard as he tried, he couldn't make it look like a hand. It just kind of looked like a big yellow smiley face. After everyone had signed their names, the card looked a little like this. Not great. Then Robo Max had an idea. "I know how to make this card extra special. Get out of here, you ugly hand. I'm gonna turn you into something cool. A batty boo-boo bird with a broken wing." Hee hee. Everyone gasped. This wasn't very nice. And besides, it didn't look anything like a bird. It looked more like a monster with a mohawk. And it wasn't funny to make faces at someone who could even defend herself because she was stuck in her robot wheelchair. "It's just a silly joke, guys," Robo Max said with a shrug. "Come on, let's go deliver the card to Trixie together." But before they could leave, their principal called them over. Her name was Principal Sparkplug, and she had a big smile and lots of shiny tools attached to her belt. She said, "Trixie asked me to tell you that none of you should visit her unless you can be quiet." The bots and buddies were disappointed, but they didn't want to upset her either. So they said, "We'll be super quiet, really, really quiet," and Principal Sparkplug smiled and gave them the okay sign. As soon as they got closer to Trixie's room, though, they started to get excited. They were going to sneak in and surprise her. They tiptoed slowly, silently toward her door, each step getting quieter and quieter until suddenly, slam! The door burst open and they all screamed. Surprise! Trixie jumped in her chair and covered her ears. Gah! That wasn't a surprise. It was a scare. "Get away, you noisy robots!" Robo Max's shoulders slumped down. He thought being loud made him strong, but it only seemed to make everyone mad. Maybe he needed to find another way to show how much he cared. Suddenly, he noticed a loud buzzing sound coming from the juicer. The juice machine sprayed juice everywhere. Bots and buddies ducked for cover. "Yikes! We gotta do something about that." We gotta fix that spray. It's gonna spray somebody's eyes. But everyone was frozen with fear. Nobody dared to go near it. No one except Robo Max. He charged toward the machine. Don't worry, everyone. Robo Max is on the case. Squirt gun blasters, fire in the hole. Blast everything but the bottle. He blasted the control panel and the juicer stopped spraying juice. But instead of stopping, the panel started flashing red and the machine began to shake. Oh dear, it looks like the juicer's overloaded. If we don't unplug it, it might explode. Everyone gasped. An exploding juicer was scary. But how could they possibly unplug it without getting zapped? Then Robo Max had an idea. Don't worry, I have a plan. Quiet down, everyone. Listen carefully. Don't move a muscle. Okay, here goes nothing. He crawled under the machine and unplugged it. Yay, we did it. We fixed the juicer. Thanks, Robo Max. Everyone cheered except for Robo Max. He didn't seem too happy, and everyone noticed. They asked, "What's wrong, Robo Max?" And Robo Max shook his head, and they all noticed something strange. He wasn't yelling anymore. He was speaking in a small, quiet voice. He said, "I've been thinking, maybe being loud isn't always the best thing. Sometimes being quiet and working together is better." He looked around at all his friends. Like when we fixed the juicer or made cards for Trixie, or when we unboxed and explored the world together for the first time. He paused and then added quietly, like when we first met. And then it hit them. It was true. Their most epic adventures weren't the loudest, they were the quietest. They remembered exploring the junkyard for parts. They found treasures, made new inventions, and discovered friends. They also remembered how they all worked together to stop the trash compactors on garbage day. Even though they were scared, they managed to sneak past the trash bots and save the day. "That's right," said Principal Sparkplug. "Sometimes helping others means being quiet and thoughtful, and you can do that, Robo Max." She placed a hand on his shoulder. "You don't have to yell to be strong." After school, Robo Max, Luna and Coach Bob visited Trixie to deliver the card. "Here you go, Trixie. We made this for you." Trixie looked at the card and smiled. "Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you." Then she noticed the picture of the bird bot. "You drew me a bird bot with a broken wing. Ah, ha, ha. Silly joke. Right, guys?" But Luna nudged his arm and whispered, "She doesn't think it's funny, Max." Robo Max blushed. He understood now. Sometimes being quiet and considerate was much better than being loud and obnoxious. "Hey, Trixie, I'm sorry I teased you earlier. Being loud doesn't make me stronger. It just makes me annoying. And I want to be your friend, so I promise I'll try to be more quiet." Trixie smiled. "Thanks, Robo Max. That means a lot. Now, why don't you three come over and we can read some books together? I have a whole series about robots who learn valuable lessons." "Ooh. Like what?" "Like how to be respectful, to be honest, to be brave, to be kind." "Sounds great," said Robo Max. "But I gotta warn ya, I'm still a little bit loud." "That's okay," said Trixie. "I like loud robots. We just gotta make sure we balance it out with quiet moments, too." And that's what they did. They read stories and drank hot cocoa. It was a perfect day. As the sun set over Learning Town, Robo Max felt like he was part of something special. He learned something important. Being loud didn't always mean being strong. Sometimes the quietest actions made the loudest difference. And he was happy to be part of a team. From then on, Robo Max tried his best to listen and help however he could. "I may be loud," he often told his friends, "but now I'm also wise. Let's keep our ears open and our hearts louder." And that is the story of how a robot learned that sometimes the quietest actions make the loudest difference.